Hi, this is Rick Sorley from Game Day Coaching. I love this aspect of what I do with my clients, designing funnels. And here we're going to talk about website marketing funnels. So the previous video we talked about, all right, identifying our goals. And we figured out that we want somebody to click and get information from us when they're in the research stage. The goal being we want to establish a communication or a nurturing relationship where when they're moving into the purchase stage, they're going to keep us at top of mind awareness. So here are the 6 steps for how to do that. Number one, you want to fully identify your target market. Now, the call to action here is create a target. Now, what is a target? A target is simply a singular buying unit of a combination of your target market, demographic, and psychographic profiles. So, in other words, you're going to take all this information from a demographic and psychographic profile and you're going to put it into a singular buying unit. In other words, if it's a family unit, you're going to create ages for the parents, names, where they work, how long they lived in their current home. Do they have kids? Do they live at home? What are their names? What grades are they in? Do they have a dog? What kind of car do they drive? As specific as you possibly can get with your target market, creating this target. Why you do that is because it's much easier to write web copy and design, say, white papers and giveaways and that sort of thing when you're thinking of a particular single unit versus a overall target market. So step two is identify the problems that would cause your target market to seek you out. In other words, why are they contacting you in the first place? Now the mistake, probably the biggest mistake we make with not only our sales process but online, is we jump right to our solutions. And our solutions are very simply our remodeling services or our homes that we sell. We want to sell them, so we figure that's why someone's there. But you look at the analogy of a chiropractor. If a chiropractor advertises for chiropractic services versus I help you fix your back pain or help back pain go away, what do you think is more effective? So in other words, we have to identify the problems that are going to cause our target market to seek us out. And there's typically three. There's typically three main ones. We agitate those problems in your copy, meaning that what's wrong with their current home, their current neighborhood, what does not work. Those are why they're there. And then we got to answer the questions in step three is what do we do and how do we do it? In other words, we create a marketing message and a positioning statement. Now let me define marketing message for you. It's your elevator speech. It's one sentence that describes what you do. And you cannot use the word home builder or remodeler because your target market or your prospect will have a preconceived notion of what you do. And if they commoditize you, which means they think that you're just like everyone else, then the only differentiator you have is the lowest price. Now, the second thing you have to come up with is a positioning statement, and that's simply answering the question, how do you do that? So you tell someone, what do you do? And then how do you do that? All right, step four, we have to lead with education. Why? Because she's researching. What problems are your target market attempting to solve? Educate them on how they can solve them. Step five, give something away to build value. Now, this is your market positioning and your differentiation strategies. What's your call to action here? White papers, access to your design library, live chat, quizzes, etc. But anything that she would look at and say, wow, this is great information. Yes, I'm willing to exchange my name and email address to give you the opportunity to follow up with me because I like this. Step six, you introduce your solution. This is where you're establishing value and building trust. Now, how can you help them solve their problem? Here's a hint, help them remove the obstacles to owning your home or remodeling services. In other words, if someone has to get financing in order to purchase your services, you're going to help them with financing. If somebody has to sell their home, you're going to help them with selling their home. If somebody has been living in their home for 30 years and it's full of junk and has to be organized and decluttered, you're going to help them with that. So you're going to do that, and when you do that, you establish a value and build trust for your offering.